Hi guys, this is Sadik from Rodman.com, and in this video, we'll show you how to flash the latest PixelOS GSI ROM onto your Samsung phones. So please take a backup of all the data on your phone and then let's get started. There exist three ways of getting this job done: using the blank VB file via the PIT file and using a custom recovery like TWRP. As of now, I'll be using this third method because it's the easiest of them all and it should be supported across numerous Samsung phones. For the sake of reference, I'm using a Galaxy S20 FE, but it should work across all the other phones as well. So with that in mind, make sure you have taken the backup and let's get started. First off, get hold of the latest PixelOS ROM from here. Only the GApps variant is available. Once you have got the PixelOS ROM, you will now have to extract it as well. So the file will be in a .exit format. So install the 7-zip software onto your PC. Then right click on the file, select show more option, 7-zip. And extract to PixelOS. You will then get an IMG file. Moving on, now get hold of the latest Android SDK platform tools and extract them onto your PC. Once you've got the platform tools, let me show you the files. It will be something along the following lines. As you could see, these are the files of platform tools. So once you've got the platform tools, you will now have to transfer the ROM image file inside the platform tools directory as well. So it will take only a few seconds. Once that is done, you will now have to unlock the bootloader on your phone. Do note that as opposed to all the other phones, unlocking is somewhat different and the risk is also somewhat different in case of Samsung phones because it will trip the knocks, and once that happens, most of the banking and payment app and even the Samsung Pay and the health app will not work. Even if you relock the bootloader, there is no going back because Knox is a hardware component in the motherboard. So once you have unlocked the bootloader, even if you relock it, remove the root, you will have to face the consequence forever. If that's well and good, simply enable USB debugging and OEM unlocking on your phone. And once that is done, boot your phone to the download mode. Then long press the volume up key to go to the device unlock mode. Then again press the volume up key to unlock the bootloader. Once that is done, you will now have to go online, and after that, make sure that the OEM unlocking toggle is enabled and gray out. Let me show you what I mean. So currently I have unlocked the bootloader, but I am offline. So if I go to the about phone section, software information, let me tap on build number. This will enable developer option. Now if I go to developer options, you could see that the OEM unlocking is missing in my case. So I have to bypass the vault keeper as well. So just give me a few seconds. I will just connect my phone to the Wi-Fi. Although I've unlocked the bootloader, but I am not getting the OEM unlocking option. So if that is the case with you as well, then go online, connect your phone to the Wi-Fi, and once that is done, you will have to close the developer options as well. So just give me a second. Let me close the developer options and now relaunch it from the settings menu. So now wait for a few seconds and you could see that we should now get the OEM unlocking enabled and gray out. So with this, we have bypassed the vault keeper as well. Likewise, also make sure to re-enable USB debugging once again. You might get one more prompt. So in that prompt, tap on always allow and tap on allow, and the debugging is now enabled. Let's verify the same. So go to the address bar of platform tools, type in CMD and hit enter. This will launch the command prompt inside the platform tools directory, as you could see. Now type in ADB devices and make sure that you are getting an ID. If you're not getting any ID, then you have to unplug and replug your phone from the PC, disable and re-enable USB debugging, tap on revoke USB debugging, use the official USB cable that came with your phone, and use the USB 2.0 port on your PC. So carry out this USB fixes and verify that you're getting an ID. Once you're getting this ID, let's now move ahead with the next step. So now you will have to install the TWRP recovery onto your phone as well. This is the recovery which we will be using to flash the file, the ROM zip file, ROM IMG file in fact. So depending on the phone that you own, you could either use the multi disabler or the FB disabler. I made a video on both. Here is a video, but still I'll show you once again how to get the job done. The first few steps are the same for both the methods. That is, you have to unlock the bootloader, then get hold of the recovery file and the VB patch file. Just give me a second. I should verify that I should be having those files on my PC. So this is the VB patch tar file and the recovery tar file. So I have both the files. Moving on, now get hold of the Odin tool from here and extract them onto your PC as well. So this is the Odin tool. You will get the following 4 files, as you could see. Now you have to boot your phone to the download mode. Regarding that, there are quite a few ways, but we'll be using the universal approach, that is the ADB command. So just type in ADB reboot, download, and hit enter, and your phone will now reboot to the download mode. It will take only a few seconds for that to happen. Once it's in the download mode, let's move ahead with the next step. So give it around 10 to 15 seconds. And as you could see, we are now in the download mode. Once that is done, you will now have to flash the recovery onto your phone via the Odin tool. So first off, launch the Odin via the exe file. You will get a prompt. Click on OK. Now load the recovery tar file in the AP slot. So this is the recovery tar file, and in the user data slot, you have to load the vpmeta patch file, which is this one. So verify it. In the vpmeta patch is in the user data slot, and in the recovery we have to load the AP slot. Okay, once that is done, one more thing, make sure that your phone is being shown here under the COM section and it's added here as well. Likewise, also uncheck auto reboot. It is extremely important that you do so. Once that is done, click on start, and the flashing will now start, which will take only a few seconds for the flashing to complete. Once the flashing is done, you will get the pass message. Now what you have to do is press and hold the power and the volume down key for around 7 to 8 seconds. Then as soon as the phone is about to go a restart, press and hold the power and the volume up keys. So let me show you. First off, press and hold the power and the volume down keys, and keep holding both the keys. As soon as the phone gets powered off and is about to restart, let go of both the keys. Let me show you. And now press and hold the power and the volume up keys, and keep holding both the key for around 4 to 5 seconds. So let's do that, and then you may let go of these key as well. And your phone should now reboot to the newly flashed TWRP recovery. If there is something wrong in the flashing, or if you haven't pressed the keys at the right time, then your phone will again boot to the OS or the stock recovery. So you will again have to flash the recovery by the AP slot and the user data slot. So let's verify. In my case, the flashing has been done successfully. So let's now proceed ahead with the next step. Now comes the differentiating factor. If you are using the FB disabler, then you have to go to wipe, then advanced wipe, and checkmark key data, key refugee, metadata, and data. These are the 4 partition as I've shown in my guide. I swipe to wipe. This is required for the FB disabler. Once that is done, go back, again go back, again go back. And now in case of multi-disabler, what you have to do is go to the advanced tab, go to terminal, which is here. Now you have to type in multi-disabler. You will get a prompt that your phone will now resize the vendor partition, and you will again have to type in multi-disabler. So again type in that command, and after that you will have to do a format data. So do so, and then reboot to the recovery. So in both the cases, whether you are using a multi-disabler or FB disabler, in case of FB disabler, you have to wipe the following 4 partition, the 4 partition over here. In case of multi-disabler, you will have to type in multi-disabler a couple of times in the terminal window. Once that is done, doing a format data is a must for both the multi-disabler and FB disabler. So do a format data, because this will then remove the encryption from your phone. And once that is done, do a reboot to recovery. This is also compulsory. This will now remount the data partition on your phone, and you might not be able to access the storage of your phone via the PC. So now we could transfer the ROM image file. Anyways, with that said, we now have the recovery file installed onto our phone, and we could now proceed ahead and flash the ROM file. So in this regard, you will first off have to transfer the GSI file onto your phone. So wait for around 10 to 15 seconds after your phone is booted to the recovery, and your phone should not be shown here. Let me see if I could access the storage or not. So in my case, I could easily do so because I have done a format data and the encryption is now removed. So now you just have to copy the ROM zip file and ROM image file and transfer it onto your phone. But if in your case, suppose you are not able to access the storage, then you will have to use the adb push command to get the job done. So for that, use the adb push, file name, let's say rom.img space /SD card, and the file will be transferred inside the internal storage of your phone. You may also use the data or the temp directory, but it's recommended to stick with the SD card because it's the easiest accessible one. So you may also use this command, and the file will be transferred in the internal storage of your phone. Anyways, with that said, let's wait for the file to be transferred onto our phone, and then we'll flash it as well. So guys, the file has now been transferred. So let's flash it. For that, go to the install section, tap on install image, choose the ROM image file, and you have to choose the system image, swipe to flash. The flashing will now start and will hardly take around 4 to 5 seconds. The flashing is very fast in case of Samsung phone. As you could see, the GSI ROM has now been flashed. Once that is done, it's recommended that you do a format data once again just to be on the safer side. So let's do that as well. And the formatting should not be done in a few seconds. And once that is done, you may now tap on reboot system and your phone will now reboot to the newly flashed OS. Do keep in mind that the first boot up will take up some time, which is completely normal and nothing to worry about. From the subsequent time, that will not be the case. With that said, let's just wait for the boot animation or the boot logo to appear, either of which will signify that the flashing has been done successfully. And now it should appear around 8 to 10 seconds, after which we will have a look at the ROM feature as well. So I have shown all the steps in my guide as well. You could refer to my guide for the flashing process. Always flash in the system partition because we are flashing the img file and we are flashing a GSI image file, which is a system image file. Anyways, as you could see, this is the boot animation. So the flashing has been done successfully and our phone should now boot to the OS in a few more seconds. So let's just wait for that to happen. So guys, we are now inside the setup screen. Let's get started. If you want, you must connect your phone to the Wi-Fi, link your Google account and restore all the data. But for now, I'm skipping that just to speed up the process. So let me accept the terms and conditions and skip everything else. And our phone should now be ready in a few more seconds. And with this, we are now inside the PixelOS ROM. And we have all the Google apps pre-installed onto our phone because it's a G app variant. Then let's access the settings menu from here. And apart from that, if you're facing any issues, then you may go to the Treble section, PHS Treble settings, and get the job done from here. For example, the Qualcomm features. This is mostly required for calling issues. Regarding the calling issue, you may also go to the IMS features and then enable request IMS network and then force the presence of 4G calling. Once that is done, go online and after that type in *#* INFO #*, select phone information, and then from here you may choose the drop down list. So go to the drop down list and from here you may choose the NR-LTE option and this will enable 4G and 5G. I have made a guide and a video on the same as well. Please have a look at that guide and this will rectify all the issues. So apart from that, few miscellaneous features are also there with regards to the audio display. So if you're facing any display issue, then go to Force FPS and choose 1080 to 400 at a rate of 60 FPS. The 60 FPS will fix all the issues. Then a few backlight camera in case of if the Gcam is not working along the expected line, you may enable the force enable camera to API and few other Bluetooth tweaks, debugging tweaks as well. All these are advanced level tweaks. Only use them if you know what you are doing. In the Samsung features, so again the Samsung tweaks are also the audio screen tweaks. Enable glove mode. I don't know whether it's just a gimmick or will it work or not. A few miscellaneous tweaks. Double tap to wake. Let me see if it's working or not. So it's working well and good. Double tap to sleep on this. So that feature is not there. That's usually there in the custom ROMs. Enable workaround for broken fingerprint, workaround for white screen, enable extra sensors. So I'm not quite sure about these advanced settings. Only use them in case they are required or leave them in their default state. Under customizations, you will not get many options as such, as you could see, because GSI ROM don't usually have any customization tweaks. So if we have a look at the wallpaper and style, so from here you may change the theme of the ROM. As you could see, the themes are being changed, and you may also go here and choose any other colors from here as well, and the theme will change accordingly. Then you may switch between the white and the light theme from here. Tap on it for a better view. So let's get back to the dark theme. Then more wallpapers. So it has a few wallpapers. These are the live wallpapers which you could get from the online and come alive. Again, these are also live. So on device wallpapers is just a single wallpaper. Rest of them are online. You may also enable theme icons and it will then be enabled onto your phone. Likewise, the app grid size maximum is 5x5, which is what we usually want. And that's just about it. We don't have any much customization. So as you might be aware that PixelOS is not known for customization. It offers a clean stock UI experience without any major tweaks and tricks whatsoever. And that's just about. You may also turn off at a glance. So over here you will no longer get anything whatsoever after doing a system UI restart. The date and day will also be gone. But I usually like to turn it on, then you may also tweak its setting. So whatever you want to show there, you may show or hide the content from there, from the screen. And swipe to access Google app by default is enabled. Currently I'm not signed in, that's why I'm getting a blank screen, but it's there. If you want, you may turn this feature off as well. And as you could see, the app is now gone. Let me keep it enabled because I usually use that. Search your phone, so you may show or hide the option which you want to be shown in the search result. For example, people's online suggestions, device based suggestions. You may tweak all these settings based on your requirement. So it has all the basic requirements and features, though it lacks the customizations. But PixelOS has been not known for these tweaks forever. You will only get a Pixel UI clean stock experience, and in that requirement it is able to checkmark with ease. So guys, on that note, I round up this video. If you have any queries with regard to any of the steps, do let me know in the comment section, and thanks a lot for watching.